When people think about Toronto, they usually picture skyscrapers, glass towers, and the CN Tower. But today I found something completely unexpected, a place in the middle of downtown Toronto that felt like stepping into a different century, with Gothic buildings, hidden courtyards, and architecture that honestly reminded me of a Harry Potter movie. And I didn't expect the University of Toronto to feel like this. Hi everyone, I'm Nia from Persian Travelista and welcome to another Toronto vlog and travel guide. Today I'm exploring the University of Toronto, not just as a place, but as an experience hidden inside the city. If you love Toronto travel vlogs, hidden gems, travel guides, and cinematic city experiences, make sure to subscribe to Persian Travelista because today I'm showing you a side of Toronto most people walk right past. My first stop was King's College Circle, the historic heart of the University of Toronto, and right away I feel the contrast. Because just outside the campus, it's busy Toronto, fast, loud, modern, but inside here, everything is slows down. It almost feels like stepping into another version of the city. You see these old stone buildings surrounded by trees, and behind them, the modern skyline of Toronto watching over everything. Honestly, I didn't expect the university in downtown Toronto to feel this peaceful. The strangest part was how quickly the city disappeared. 1 minute I was surrounded by traffic, streetcars, and noise, and literally a few steps later, everything became quiet. It felt almost unreal, as if the University of Toronto was hiding its own little world behind the chaos of downtown. And honestly, that was the first moment I realized this vlog was going to become something very different from what I planned. Every hallway, every arch, every old stone wall felt like it had witnessed generations of people passing through. And somehow, places like this always make me imagine the past. What conversations happened here? How many people walked through this exact path years ago? That's the magic of historic places. They don't just look beautiful, they make your imagination come alive. The more I explored, the more Toronto stopped feeling like Toronto. I know that sounds strange, but between the Gothic architecture, the peaceful atmosphere, and the massive trees surrounding the campus, it honestly started feeling more like Europe than Canada. And this is exactly why I love travel, because sometimes you don't need to leave the city to feel like you discover somewhere completely different. And that feeling is one of the best feelings in the world. The main campus felt grand and alive, but the next place felt quiet, hidden, almost secret. The moment I walked into Knox College, everything changed. The sound of the city disappeared, and suddenly I was surrounded by stone walls, arches, and a silence that felt almost unreal. This is the moment I thought, okay, this actually feels like Harry Potter. And I don't say that lightly, because the architecture here doesn't just look old, it feels alive. I found myself just standing still, not filming, just looking around. And that's rare when you're creating a travel vlog. But what I didn't know yet was that this wasn't even the most magical place of the day. Next, I found myself near St. Basil's Church, and I just stopped for a moment to take in the view. There's something about this part of Toronto that feels quieter, more reflective. As I walked further, I passed Emmanuel College, and the entire area started to feel like a hidden academic village inside the city. And I realized something. Toronto isn't just modern and busy, it also has these layers of history hiding everywhere. And then I turned a corner and found something I wasn't expecting at all. This was the Dante garden at St. Michael's College, and honestly, it felt like a stepping into a hidden world. Everything here felt softer. The noise of Toronto felt far away again. Honestly, I didn't expect to find places like this in the middle of downtown. But this is what makes Toronto so interesting. It keeps surprising you when you least expect it. But the most impressive moment of the entire day was still ahead. And then I reached Victoria College, and this honestly felt like the peak of the entire day. The architecture completely changed the mood. It felt medieval, almost like a castle hidden inside Toronto. The arc-shaped entrances, the stone details, everything felt like it belonged in a different era. And in that moment, everything I saw earlier made sense, because the University of Toronto doesn't feel like one place. It feels like many worlds hidden inside one city. Exploring the University of Toronto today completely changed how I see Toronto travel. It's not just a city of skyscrapers and modern life, it's also full of hidden Gothic beauty, quiet gardens, and places that feel like history is still alive. From King's College Circle to Knox College to Victoria College, this felt like a real-life Harry Potter world hidden inside Toronto. And for a moment it felt like I was walking through different worlds inside one city. And I think this is what I remember the most, how a normal day in Toronto can feel like something completely magical. But then I stepped back into reality. I ended up at the Tim Hortons on Bay Street, just a few minutes away from the university. After such a quiet and historic day, this simple coffee moment felt strangely grounding. No fancy cafe, no plan, just a small pause in the middle of the city. No matter how magical a place feels, life always brings you back to the everyday rhythm of the city. If you enjoyed this Toronto vlog and travel guide, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me for more travel vlogs and hidden gems around Canada. And tell me in the comments which place in today's journey was your favorite. See you in the next adventure. Bye!